We started the year with no boat show, but sales were very strong and they kept going all through the spring again without even the spring boat show. So there's still strong interest. Most of our sales though were on the used boat side. And it's ended up being basically a used boat year because all the new production was already accounted for before it even arrived at our docks. And so that leads to some of the problems that we see we're going to be facing in the year to come, of course, will be the supply side. Most of the manufacturers are telling us we can take orders, but there will probably a late 2022 delivery, maybe even into 2023. And that's with most boats that we represent. The other major concern that we're all facing is, other than the luxury tax, but that's another story, is the lack of moorage in the lower mainland Vancouver Island area. Due to COVID restrictions in the United States, we lost used to about 3,000 or 4,000 slips, and everybody came into the Canadian side to bring their boats back here. Hopefully that may change. Hopefully they'll allow more Canadian boat owners from the southern suburbs to keep their boats down there and take off some of the pressure for new boaters who want to get into boating. And that's what we're still seeing. We're still seeing people coming or phoning that are relatively new to boating, and they've decided again, for reasons of the pandemic and the economy, that they will spend the summer again in 2022 in BC and cruising in these waters, and that's what we want to see.
What a difference a year makes. I mean, we look back where we were, where we are now. Marinas were extremely concerned what was happening in the market. Where were the boaters? Were they going to be around? What was the health situation going to look like? And here we are a year later, and marinas it was a banner year. They were extremely busy in most major markets and even the smaller markets. There were some challenges in the destination markets just because of the lack of travelers that were coming in from the United States and Europe, for example, boating. However, that void was filled by the local domestic boater along the coast of British Columbia. So it's been an extremely successful year for marinas, that's for sure. Despite it being a very busy year, the challenges that were being faced are more forward-looking now, because we start to see that we are reaching an inflection point when it comes to marina capacity, marina inventory, and marina infrastructure. And that's going to be the challenge. And I know I've said this before in previous years at the conference, but it is only getting magnified and amplified with year over year because of the factors of climate change. When you look at what Boating BC is doing and what we're doing at the marina sector is trying to get government and all the various agencies to the table to work with Boating BC to understand the stories from our marina owners and operators around British Columbia and to listen to what the challenges are. And a lot of those are basically dealing with the multi-jurisdictional nature of getting marina projects approved, getting the reinvestment back into the market. Those things are so required at this point. So it's incumbent upon marina owners and operators and Boating BC through the Marina Sector Group to recognize this, approach government, and have that honest, transparent dialogue to figure out how we can all work together to get these investments happening so that the boating sector can thrive. I think the new horizons now are going to be looking at how do you maintain your clientele, keep them happy, but keep an eye out for the clients that are coming in the future. Who are those boaters going to be? What's the next market of boater? And those are the new horizons, those are the new opportunities. So in addition to looking after your infrastructure and investing in the future of your capital investments and your infrastructure itself, invest in the future of the boater, make them happy, entice them, attract them to get into boating, and they'll stay at your marina.
We've found that our sailing school business has risen exponentially. It really has. To charter a boat, you have to be at the coastal skipper equivalent. So we found hundreds of people coming in wanting to take the courses, and a lot of boaters returned. Boaters that from years back that haven't sailed for a while thought, well, they'll go out and rediscover our cruising area, and the results were remarkable. We had people coming back from charter and booking immediately again for this year. So we were delighted that a new market opened up of locals. The owners of charter boats were making some good money because the fleets were full, and full of enthusiastic people meant that they got more money than they've ever realized before. So it was lucrative. When it does normalize, we've got to really capture those people that came to us. I know there was a lot of pent-up demand. I know we were very lucky to get that extra business, but the whole lesson to be learnt is we must learn how to maintain that.